what we often label as external curses or spiritual attacks are sometimes manifestations of internal belief systems. eh? Belief systems that are deeply embedded fears passed down by cultures, religion, and even our environments that we grew up in. Don't get me wrong, yes, witchcraft exists in very many belief systems. And spiritual warfare is also a real concept also to many people. But far more common and far more overlooked is the psychological equivalent of a curse, the nocebo effect, where you attract or even create negative outcomes, not because someone hexed you, but because you deeply believe that something bad is going to happen to you. The nocebo effect is the opposite of actually the placebo effect. It's when your mind creates harm in your body or even environment simply because you expect harm. Like, for example, a person told that they are cursed, they start falling sick. They start failing in businesses. They start pushing away relationships, not because the curse was real, but because fear altered their perception. Fear altered their behavior, and eventually it altered their energy, it altered their frequency. Someone who believes they will never succeed due to family bad luck will unconsciously sabotage every opportunity, waiting for failure as if it is inevitable. You understand? The body or the brain reacts to belief. Whether or not the source of that belief is real, the body will look for evidence of what you feed it. Many traditional cultures and religious systems, they operate on fear-based teachings. Don't question this or you will be punished. You are suffering because of generational curses. Bad things happen when you leave this path. Now fear becomes a spiritual leash. You're not growing, you're just surviving. You're not choosing. You're obeying blindly. You don't live intentionally. You end up now living cautiously, waiting for the next strike of karma, the next strike of an evil eye or even ancestral punishment. This ends up robbing you of your agency, your power to create, to choose, and to even transform. True witchcraft is not always about herbs, about altars, or even incantations. Sometimes it looks like growing up hearing that you will never amount to anything and then making that your truth. Being told that women in your family can't marry or men in your lineage will die young. And then you unconsciously align with it. Living with the shame, guilt, and fear disguised as obedience. That's not magic. That's psychological bondage. And most people are under that spell without even realizing it. You break the spell by doing one powerful thing. By taking responsibility for your mind. Ask yourself, is this fear mine or was it inherited? Is this belief expanding me or is it keeping me small or shrinking me? Am I living my intention? Am I living by intention, I mean? Or by avoidance? Real power comes when you choose to live on purpose, not by superstition or silent agreements with generational fear. Some people are not held back by curses. They are held back by belief systems that make fear sacred. They live small. Their lives are they decide to live shrinking lives, not because they are cursed, but because they have been conditioned to expect less, to trust less, and to fear more. So yes, protect your spirit, but also free your mind, because the greatest witchcraft is a belief that keeps you blind to your own power. My people, heal. Heal.